Newman here. Well, Belinda Stronarch has certainly created a lot of media buzz. Bzz, buzz, bzz. Since announcing her candidacy for leader of the new conservative catastrophe. She joins me now from her campaign headquarters.
Hello, Dawn. I'm a single mother.
Now, Miss Stronarch, you have no political experience, a very small organization, and no public profile.
Who better to lead the new Conservative Party?
Well, I must admit I'm quite impressed with your website, Belinda.com.
Dawn.
I've spent hours perusing your pictures and descriptions. And you know, I had no idea that you like to sunbathe naked.
Dawn.
Or write erotic poetry, or appear in public without your underpants.
Dawn, you're confused. My site is belinda.ca. Belinda.com is a porn site.
Oh. That's too bad you had my vote. Now, Miss Moneybag, what is your impression of fellow leadership hopeful Stephen Harper?
Right. Stephen Harper is an opportunistic, pompous little weasel. What? Oh, right. Disregard what I just said. I was misquoted. Right. What I really said was Stephen Harper is a fine, capable weasel. Politician. Not weasel. I have nothing but admiration for Stephen Ferret. Weasel. Harper. Stephen Harper. He's a very good leader. Hardly at all like a weasel. I mean, Stephen Harper is a fine man. Weasel. Did I mention I was a single mother?
Yeah. Well, your campaign is certainly going full blast. You have the support of Mike Harris and Brian Mulrooney. Is there any downside so far?
Yes, I have the support of Mike Harris and Brian Mulrooney. But I am confident everyone will come to know me and what Belinda stands for. B is for beautiful. E is for efficient. L is for Lethbridge. I is for incredibly rich. N is for knowledge. Oh, and duh is for duh.
And she can spell, too. Well, Miss Stronarch, to win, do you feel it's important to be bilingual?
Je pense que mon français est bon.
Si, senorita.
Did I mention I'm a single mother?
Good point. Well, Belinda Stronarch, what kind of campaign is it going to be for you?
It's going to be tough. So tough that I've put all my jewelry into storage. Here are some of the campaign slogans I'll be using. Belinda Stronarch looks better in a dress than Stephen Harper. Vote Belinda. Even though she's filthy rich, she still cares about the little people. It's true, I love midgets and dwarves. And Tony Clement is a weenie.
Well, very impressive indeed. Now, finally, Miss Stronarch, what are the realistic chances of you winning the leadership?
I am a very serious candidate, okay? And I'm a proud Canadian. I've quit my job to run for this position, and I think people will recognize what I really am.
An unemployed quitter.
What could be more Canadian than that?
For politics, I'm Don Newman.
From the Canadian Broadcasting Centre, The National, with Peter Mansbridge. What? Couldn't make it in. The National, with Alison Smith. Stuck in a snowbank? What about Paul Hunter? Frostbite on his what? Wendy Mesley? Her hair snapped off. Ooh. From the Canadian Broadcasting Centre, The National, with local weatherman Wally Mumford.
Good evening. Tonight's broadcast is taking place outside because the doors to the studio are frozen shut. Winter conditions continue to sweep the country. The extremes of cold and snow have prompted Ford to introduce a brand new SUV, the dog sled. The shipping company owned by Paul Martin received $161 million from government, a far higher figure than the government's estimate last year of $137,000. The Prime Minister was quick to respond, saying, "What's this country coming to if we're going to quibble about a measly difference of $160,863,000? I'm going to have him do my taxes this year." Earlier this week, Prime Minister Martin canceled the $750 million Iraqi debt to Canada, but still refused to give much-needed money to Canadian cities. In a related story, Toronto, Vancouver, and Halifax have applied to Iraq for funding. Our next story. It's cold. Former Ontario Premier Ernie Eves is stepping down as Conservative leader. Asked what he would do next, Eves was philosophical, saying, "I'm still pretty young. There are still plenty of other provinces I can wreck." Insiders say Eves has a lot in common with Ben and J-Lo. Both lasted less than 2 years, and everyone cheered when they called it quits. Now for a special weather report, we go live to Corner Brook, Newfoundland. Oh, looks like it's clearing up there. Well, let's hope that good weather is headed our way. Elsewhere, Quebec's AAA Midget Hockey League is the first regional league to test its players for performance-enhancing drugs. Already a number of kids have tested positive for Pez. More of the National after this. Tonight's news is brought to you by the headache medicine all parents with a teenager and a sound system need. Advil Levine. Ooh. Welcome back. I'm weather guy Wally Mumford, sitting in for Wendy Mesley, sitting in for Paul Hunter, sitting in for Alison Smith, sitting in for Peter Mansbridge. Man, it's cold. Prime Minister Ariel Sharon of Israel has been accused of accepting bribes and may have to step down. He's already received one job offer, Israel's delegate to the International Olympic Committee. Let's go to Regina now for an update on the weather there. Not to worry, that storm should be over by June. In other news, where's my hot chocolate? Oh, thank you. The second Mars rover continues to work. Its primary mission, find out what happened to the first Mars rover. When the first rover stopped working, nobody knew where it was or when it would be doing its job again. As a consequence, when Spirit is finished on Mars, it'll be sent to Canada where it'll work as a bank teller. Scientists have spent billions to send those two rovers to Mars to transmit pictures of barren, desolate, flat, lifeless land. That's all they wanted. They could have just sent the rover to Saskatchewan. The Liberal Party is calling for an inquiry into the Arar case. Here with a report is Hannah Gartner.
Wally? Deputy Prime Minister Anne McClelland. She's cold. Announced a public inquiry into the detained guy. The inquiry will determine that the role the RCMP played. I'm freezing my nibs off here. When they raided the reporter Juliet O'Neill's home. Oh, screw it.
Thanks for that report, Hannah. Fill up the hot tub. I'll join you later. Time now to see how they're coping in Montreal. The latest report from Environment Canada sets the current temperature with wind chill at minus 45 degrees Celsius. Experts warn us at this temperature, skin will freeze in less than 2 minutes. For the National, I'm Wally. Oh, God. Hey, I can't feel my legs. Hey, somebody.
Peter Mansbridge will be back tomorrow, if the search party can find him. Hello, I'm Carol McNeil, and this is CBC News Sunday. Today we look at the relationship between a Prime Minister and his closest, most trusted confidant, his little paper doll. For 2 months, a paper doll named Flat Mark, sent to Paul Martin by a class of grade 4 students, never left the Prime Minister's side. Joining me now is the man at the centre of all this attention, Flat Mark.
Hey, Carol, what's shaking, funky mama?
Now, Flat Mark, where are you?
Now that I'm the most famous paper doll in the country, a few friends threw me a party. Hey, Bono, leave some cheese doodles for the rest of us.
Flat Mark, you and the Prime Minister really hit it off.
Oh, yeah, we hung together. I was at his swearing-in ceremony. At private meetings in his office. We even went to cultural events together.
Flat Mark, the Prime Minister said he turned to you for support. What advice did you give him?
I taught Polly how to be more media savvy during our trip to Mexico. I think it paid off, too. Take a look.
Funny.
I also played a vital role in helping him strengthen our relationship with the United States.
What did you do?
I let him use me as a post-it note.
This is unbelievable. The leader of our country is using a paper doll to help make important international policy decisions. What's next? Put the healthcare bill in the hands of the Cabbage Patch Kid? Make G.I. Joe Minister of Defense? Appoint Barbie to run the CBC? The Prime Minister has totally lost his mind, and he's only been running things for 7 weeks. It took Chrétien 10 years to get this whacked.
Hey, did you say something, Carol? Woo, look at me, I'm doing the funky chicken. Go, Flat Mark, go, Flat Mark, go, go Flat Mark.
Well, now, Flat Mark, let's wrap things up. What's next for you?
Well, I'm off to Ottawa to chair a royal commission on same-sex marriages.
You're also an expert on same-sex marriages.
I will be in 5 minutes. Hey, Flat Kevin.
Hey, Fat Mark.
Come on, let's do it.
Let's get it on.
Let's shake it up. Shammy time.
Murphy's Law. Commentary with Rex Murphy.
Felicitations and super eminent tidings of the unmitigated kind. Or as they say in French, how's it going? Well, it appears we have yet another concern over what gets laid on the dinner table. And I'm not talking about Aunt Edna during the holidays after a couple of pops of ice wine. I'm talking about the inherent dangers in what we eat. In other words, someone is yanking our food chain. As you know, humans are at the top of the food chain, followed in descending order by smaller mammals, fish, insects, and Jerry Springer. And the latest deadly culinary indignation to our palate is the bird flu, a malevolent, malicious malady sweeping Asia and affecting chickens. This is a serious disease. It requires more drastic measures than sending the chicken to bed with some neocitrin. The solution to stop the bird flu from spreading? It should be law in Asia that each year the chickens go to the clinic and get their flu shot. What goes on in these Asian countries is a mystery. First they give us SARS and now bird flu. What have we given them? Anne of Green Gables. We just want food that isn't considered a weapon of mass destruction. The symptoms of bird flu are fever, runny nose, and coughing up a lung. The same as if you have to sit through an entire episode of My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiancé. And the bird flu scare comes right on the heels of shocking news about salmon, the fish that likes to swim upstream against the current, like the NDP of the fish world. The fructiferous farmed salmon, it turns out, is full of toxins, PCBs, and other pollutants, not unlike the air in Toronto. Personally, I'm not a big fan of any animal that swims in its own toilet. I think I just made myself sick. And let us not forget mad cow disease, which, contrary to popular belief, has nothing to do with an angry Oprah Winfrey. Mad cow's scientific designation is BSE, which stands for several big words that even I cannot pronounce. I'm going to show you tape of BSE's dramatic effect on humans, but I have to warn you, the images may be disturbing.
Canadian beef is not only safe, but it's very good.
That's enough to scare me. And frozen prepared meals bought at the supermarket are no better. They contain toxins, preservatives, DDT, growth hormones, rat lips, insecticide, antibiotics, and in some cases, small traces of food. What should we eat? Well, if it moos, swims, or clucks, stay away. What we need is truthful labeling on our food. Warning, do not consume if you have an allergy to dying. And that's Murphy's Law. Time to get your day started with another jolt of morning TV.
Woo, welcome, hi, hello. It's time for another great, fabulously wonderful installment of Morning TV. Is there a better show on the air? I don't think so, not a chance, especially at this ungodly hour of the morning. What a show! Okay, today it's non-stop wonderfulness. The Beswick Public School Marching Band will join us and attempt to play the hits of Bob Marley. And later, Dr. Raymond Cheskus will be here to explain the dangers of do-it-yourself laser eye surgery. Okay, my first guest this morning is a fabulously wonderful, wonderfully fabulous inventor who has invented a fabulous new product that is wonderful. Welcome, Casey Arthur.
Hello, Sandy.
Casey, tell us how your fabulous and wonderful invention.
Well, Sandy, for years, science has known about the health benefits of drinking red wine.
Well, it helps prevent heart disease.
Mm-hmm. And instead of drinking red wine, I've invented a pill that does the same thing.
Kind of takes the fun out of it, doesn't it?
You try one.
Whoa! Hello! Woo, man! Woo!
You see, one tablet gives you all the benefits of an entire glass of red wine.
It's absolutely amazing. I don't feel a thing.
Some doctors have started prescribing a daily dose of red wine to cardiac patients. Well, this is a more acceptable alternative.
Well, maybe one for the road.
What? Oh, sure, certainly. I would not recommend overdoing it.
It's okay, Doc. I'm a doctor. No, you're a doctor. I'm a patient. I need a pill.
Oh, I don't think so.
Woo! Now that's a vintage I can get behind. Chateau Shoppers Drug Mart. Stop! You're gonna make me pee.
Sandy, wake up. Wake up, Sandy. Have some coffee.
Join us tomorrow for Morning TV when Sandy's guest will be a motivational speaker from the Bipolar Club.
Bonjour, hello. I'm Constable Chantal Lachance of the RCMP Public Relations Division. These days, the RCMP needs all the public relating it can get, especially after the Mayor Arar affair. We have been severely criticized for raiding the home and office of Ottawa citizen reporter Juliette O'Neill. Our raid was called foolish, insensitive, and stunningly self-destructive. Hey, we're the RCMP. That's how we do things. We had good reason to be suspicious of Ms. O'Neill. Anyone who wears a hat like that has got to be up to something. In fact, statistics clearly show most international crimes are committed by people wearing funny hats. So we have updated our possible terrorist watch list to include cowboys and Shriners. The O'Neill case proves the RCMP not only targets immigrants, but also middle-class, middle-aged white journalists. So you see, we discriminate fairly. I think we can be proud of that. Juliet O'Neill wrote newspaper stories containing confidential information about the case of Mayor Arar, the Canadian citizen who, after being detained on a flight stopover, was deported to Syria from the United States. O'Neill's stories contain facts that were accurate. I mean, secret. Well, naturally, we had to find out who was leaking this information. Wherever you find public leaking, you will find the RCMP on the job. Some critics say our intelligence gathering threatens the freedom of the press. My response? Yes, so what's your point? During our raid, we uncovered some striking facts about Ms. O'Neill. For instance, she subscribes to Chatelaine magazine, which last May featured a recipe for falafels. Hey, that is more of a link to terrorism than the U.S. found in Iraq. I assure you, we are not a police state and have no intention of being a police state, even though I could use the overtime to help pay for my new big screen TV. So don't you worry about losing your personal freedoms. You just leave that up to us.